name is Phil Beckett, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And I am sorry to be a rabbi bringing bad tidings to you today, this Sunday. But before I do that, before I ruin your day, could you like the video, please? Before I tell you terrible news, please could you like the video? And if you haven't subscribed yet, if you enjoy my content, if you're enjoying it, if you can consider subscribing, that would be fantastic. YouTube's algorithm favors basically everybody apart from me. Like, yeah, if you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, they love you. If you're me with a few hundred subscribers, I mean, you don't hate me, but if you could consider subscribing, that would be incredibly helpful, and I would be genuinely grateful. Also, in expression of my gratitude, I'm giving away stuff. Do you like stuff? I like stuff too, so I'm giving it away. I'm giving away Doctor Who DVD. So this month, I think next 5 weeks while Doctor Who's running in the UK. There we go. You can win this season Doctor Who, which is very good. Season 4. David Tennant, Catherine Tate. All you need to do to win it is leave the hashtag #AddiePost. Subscribe to the channel if you're going to enter. But leave the hashtag #AddiePost. You can leave it on Facebook, Twitter. Right here, I will do a search. We give them away. I'm giving away tonight on the TARDIS Zone, which will be about 2 hours after Doctor Who airs. So around 9 o'clock. In the UK, do the math for wherever you are in the world. For me, it's late. Oh man, I normally don't get to bed till like 2 at the earliest. Not a fan, but anyway, I enjoy going on the stream though. So and that's when we give away the DVDs. But this has nothing to do with Doctor Who, but something that's quite adjacent to Doctor Who, something that's close to my heart. Red Dwarf. I love Red Dwarf. I've always loved Red Dwarf. I started watching Red Dwarf from the second episode. I had no idea it was on the first week. I was at the playground at school. What it must be 82, 83. It was because they everybody knew I was a Doctor Who fan. It was into geek stuff. So Sve, although they use my English name, Matthew. But funny story. I'm going to tell you an aside, a funny story. When you get your Jewish name at your circumcision, which is when you're 8 days old? Sorry, my computer was just telling the dock had died, but apparently it's working. That's weird. You get your Jewish name when you're 8 days old, unless you have jaundice and you push up, at the circumcision. So my English name is Matthew, because I was born in 71. That's kind of a popular name. So my grandfather went to my father at my circumcision, my Brit as they call it, and they said, "Can you do me a favor? Could you name him after his father?" So that would be my great-great-grandfather, whose name was Sve. And my dad said, "Sure, no." And he turned to my mother and said, "He's never going to use it. Who cares?" And little did they know, like 20 years later, I wasn't brought up religious. 20 years later, when I was like 19, I found myself in Israel, and I became super crazy religious, and I started using Sve as my name. But and then about 15 years later, when I moved to Israel, they give you your Israeli passport, and I was going to just stop using Matthew altogether and have Sve on my passport, my Israeli passport. My wife said, no, you're going to stay Matthew. I said, but why? She said, because it was a gift from your mother. And you know what? That's good darn advice. So, it's good to be married. I think so. I've been married. Oh my God! Well, I got married in '96, so coming up for 25 years now, and so far it's worked. So far, I think it's working out. So anyway, I love Red Dwarf. I grew up with Red Dwarf. I've been watching Red Dwarf since forever. I bought Red Dwarf several times when it came out on DVD, VHS, DVD, and now on Blu-ray. So I do like Red Dwarf, and I heard a scurrilous and disturbing rumor today. I heard this actually from a video from Mecha Random 42. Fantastic YouTuber. I recommend you going to her channel and subscribing right now. It's tons of fun. This is a report from Angry Mr. Fibbles YouTube, Twitter. Angry Mr. Fibble is he's a YouTuber as well. I've got to check out his channel. Yes, he posted this rumor today that CBS All Access, I assume it's CBS All Access, are planning on ruining another beloved show of mine. They've taken Star Trek and they made it into like this abomination with Star Trek Discovery. It made Star Trek so bad when they did a show that's kind of bland and unengaging, you went, "Oh my God, that's so much better." That shouldn't be a bar. That should not be a bar. But they got the exact same people. I'm assuming it's Alex Kurtzman, who is also, oh my god, this is so terrible. He's also doing an adaptation of Silence of the Lambs. Does he just like look for anything that Brian Fuller has worked on and said, "Oh yeah, I'll take that"? So apparently, because Hulu is doing an adaptation of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I don't know anything about. I mean, honestly, Hitchhikers is really ripe for a good adaptation. There really hasn't been one. The original BBC version is gorgeous and it's charming, but it looks very, very clunky. Marvin the Paranoid Android looks very clunky. But it had a lot of heart. And conversely, the movie version they did in the 2000s, fantastic casting again, especially, who played Zaphod? Oh, I love this actor as well. I've seen him in about. He was in the movie Moon, which you haven't seen that. Really good movie, which he plays himself and a clone of himself. He should have got a nomination for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor in the Oscars that year because he was fantastic. But I can't remember his name, so forget it. I guess somebody out there is going to know who he plays. Say for Bid, fantastic casting, but it didn't really have the heart and it didn't really go anywhere. But I think a really good like a streaming adaptation that could probably do it well. But because of that, they want to do a Red Dwarf. But wait, they don't just want to do Red Dwarf, this is the third attempt to bring Red Dwarf to the USA. The first one, who starred in the first? I've seen the pilot. I think you can find it on YouTube. Well, I'm looking at the. I just went to the English version, not the American version on Wikipedia. It started an actor who I didn't think was a comedy actor at all, which I thought was weird. The American version. Anyway, the American version is on. If you buy the Red Dwarf DVDs or Blu-rays, they talk about the nightmare of them making it. The people there, Doug and Grant Naylor, Doug Naylor, and now I'm actually on the Wikipedia page. I can actually see who wrote it. Rob Grant and Doug Naylor. They worked together. When it was doing well, this must have been in probably the early 90s. They wanted to do an American version of it. So they tell the story at the convention they're taking out to dinner. So before I get into it, if you don't know, Red Dwarf is essentially the Odd Couple in space. You have this like slobby but lovable guy who was working on a giant mining ship. And he's got like a 3-year cruise to get home. The reason he's working on a mining ship because he got very, very drunk on his birthday and he woke up on Jupiter with no money. And so he ended up signing on onto the mining ship Red Dwarf to get passage back to Earth. But he doesn't want to lose 3 years of his life. So he has a cat with him and he makes sure the ship finds out about his cat because he takes a picture of him and sends the picture to be developed in the ship's lab, in the ship picture lab. You see how old it is. It's before digital photography, and because of that, they find out about his cat, and they want his cat, and because he's a non-human life form, they're going to dissect him, and he's like, no, you can't have the cat. So as a punishment for that, he has to spend the rest of the voyage in stasis and suspended animation, which is exactly what he wants, because that means he just gets back to Earth, without skipping a beat. Unfortunately, while he's in stasis, there's a massive nuclear leak or something in the spaceship, and everybody's killed apart from the only being left is the ship's computer, Holly. And because the ship is like just riddled with radiation, it sends it way out into deep space. And our story starts 3 million years later when the radiation has died down, and they break the main character, Lister, the slob with the heart of gold, out of stasis. And to stop him going mad, they give him they animate a hologram of his former bunkmate, who's the person he spoke to most, who he hates. So essentially, it's the Odd Couple. You've got this really uptight guy who's really like into cleanliness and following the rules of having to live with this like slobby guy. And then they bring in a third character straight away because the cat that he had that he wouldn't give up he was in the hold when the radiation explosion happened. And that cat had kids, and those kittens had kittens, those kittens had kittens, those kittens had kittens. And then 3 million years later, there's been an entire society that had been evolved from the cats. And they rose up, and eventually they were all destroyed in a religious war. And so there's only one survivor from the cat race. He's the third member of the crew. So you have Lister, Rimmer, and Cat, and then you have the ship's computer, Holly, and finally in the second season they meet a mechanoid android, basically a robot, and by the third season he becomes a regular character, and they kind of phase out the ship's computer at that point. So that's essentially the plot, the premise of Red Dwarf. So they would go to like meetings with like these Hollywood TV executives, and they go, yeah, we love Red Dwarf. It's fantastic. Yeah. Now, just tell me, the cat. He doesn't have to be a cat, does he? He can't. He can just be a funky guy with funny teeth. And they go like, well, I guess it's kind of weird. Yeah, no, that'll be great. And it doesn't really have to be set in space, does it? We can put it in a city, and in the future. And they kept doing all these things. They're like saying, well, what do you want to buy this from? You see, what you want has no relation to what Red Dwarf is at all. And so they eventually made a pilot. I think it was for NBC. I really can't remember. I see it's online. It stars Craig. I can't remember his last. Craig Becula, maybe I can't remember his name at all. But he never struck me as a comedy actor, and it really wasn't very good. It was the you had the network pulling for it to be a very standard, safe comedy, which wasn't going anywhere, and just like gutting all the heart out of it. And you had the writers, Rob Grant and Doug Naylor, pushing it for it to be the real McCoy Red Dwarf, and that caused like this power struggle, which ended up in this really bland pilot being made. And then they tried to make a second pilot, cobbling together bits, and which was better, but still not good enough. So, okay, this is just the basic rule. If ever a TV executive has an idea, if you're a TV executive and you're having an idea, this is what you got to know. Do the opposite. Do the absolute opposite of what you think, because everything you think is wrong. Seinfeld, they had an episode where George Costanza said he decided to do the opposite, and everything worked out fine for him. He started dressing in velvet, and like this woman comes up to him and says, "Hi, what do you do?" And instead of lying, which is his normal response, he does the opposite. He goes, "My name is George. I'm 47 years old, and I live with my parents, and I'm employed." Unemployed. Expect the girl to run screaming, and she goes, "Really? That's interesting." So, if you're a TV executive, do the opposite, because this rumor is so freaking stupid. It hurts me how stupid it is. Firstly, you got the Star Trek Discovery crew writing it. No! Keep your hands off everything. Invent something for yourself. Don't touch anything else. Everything you touch, you break. Don't touch anything. I mean, I feel like I'm talking to a 5-year-old kid. Don't touch anything. And you know why not? You know how to justify me in this assumption that everything you touch, you're going to turn into garbage? Because this is your great freaking plan for this reboot, this reinvention of it. You're going to turn the 4 male crew members into, you're going to gender swap it, make it female. Oh! How often do you have to try the same freaking stupid thing over and over again and watch it fail, and you go, well, let's give that a try again. Like, really? Doctor Who? No, it's horrible. The Razor in the Toilet. Star Trek Discovery is perhaps one of the worst shows ever made. It's not even the worst Star Trek. It's not one of the worst TV shows. It's one of the stupidest shows ever made. Star Wars. Oh yeah, let's make the Force female. How did that work out for you? Not so great. And then why again to Red Dwarf? And it's predicted for the end of 2021. Oh, good. There you go. That's great news. It's terrible news. Please don't do this. Please. I beg you. Please. Just help out your local YouTube rabbi, and please don't do this. In fact, I'm speaking for the entire world at this point. I'm appealing to you, CBS, to Alex Kurtzman. Please, no, don't do this. Please, not this. Not just something else. Find something else to ruin. Can you just find something else to ruin for once? Or make up your own stuff to ruin. How about that? Why don't you show us that you can create something rather than take something and destroy it? The cultural devastation that the cultural apocalypse that we are living in right now is essentially because of this crap. Essentially because of the same people. So I just thought I should share that with you. Like, it's nothing like having a bit of a scream at your computer on a Sunday morning to help your day go well. My name is Fila Beckenley, Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And let me know what you think. I always try and respond to any comment as long as I can find them. Yeah, that YouTube Studio thing. They hide the comments that are replies to my comments. So I go, now I really just got to try and find them. And don't forget the hashtag #AddiePose to win the DVDs. We're giving out more DVDs tonight. Join me tonight on the TARDIS Zone. Hope to see you there. And I hope never to see this female version of Red Dwarf ever. My name's Fila Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Have yourself a fantastic day.